Hello there, what is going on everyone? Today we are going to be taking a look at the Shrike. Now, if you are a fan of Star Trek Picard and you've seen Season 3, then you'll be familiar with this ship. If you are not familiar with this ship, it might just be that because it does not look like a typical Star Trek ship. This was our antagonist ship from Star Trek Picard Season 3. And while it is a very cool looking ship, it is not necessarily as recognizable as a Star Trek ship right away. But yeah, this is part of the Fanhome Starships Collection. And we're going to unbox this one and take a look at it. Fanhome was kind enough to grace me with a subscription to all of their ships, and we'll pull this one out and we'll compare it to the other ships of the line as well, and you can take a look at all of those. And if you want to learn more, I'm going to have a link in the video description below where you can check all the rest of these out. Plus, make sure you leave a comment. That's going to enter you to win, as long as you're a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos, that automatically enters you to win the latest $25 Amazon gift card giveaway, so you can put that towards a Starship or something of your choice. That's running for about another week or so. So here we go. So first thing is first, we have a booklet inside. Now, this is going to tell us a little bit about this particular ship. It's got the length, the specialized weaponry, Commander Vatic on board there. Yeah, this was an interesting ship. It didn't really, I don't think we got to see a whole lot of its capabilities other than just the fact that it was very dangerous. And oh, look at it, we've got some promotional stuff in here. Some early, maybe concept art, yeah, which is a very cool thing. So, yeah, so a lot of, oh, look at this one. That would have been a cool one to have show up. Yeah, and you can take this and you can put this in your binder. There's one of these with every ship. They come packaged in this foam, which is very good at holding everything in place and keeping it very still. We have our stand here, and the acrylic part of the stand, which are going to go together, and we'll be able to put the ship in that. But let's get this out now. First off, this is heavy. This is heavy. This is I think this is die cast. I think this is metal. It's very heavy. It's not like thin plastic. This is not like a gaming piece. This is, I don't think there's anything underneath. Okay. This is a high quality collectible, not a toy. So this is something you'll want to put on display, maybe in a cabinet. And there we go. We got our styrofoam off of it. So initially, as we look at it, while it does kind of look like brown or beige, there are a lot of close-up panel lines and paint applications on here. We have kind of a glossy paint for the engine glow, which is actually pretty cool. This is the first ship that doesn't have any of the clear acrylic inside for nacelles and things like that we've seen, and those tend to be on the Starfleet vessels. And since this one is definitely not Starfleet, of course it would not have those same pieces. Oh, we've got a little other piece here. Now, one of the things that's really cool about this ship is the four prongs that stick out. That it's got a very much a Predator look to it, kind of closing in to attack, and then that is referenced by this inner curvature that is also replicated here in the front center section. It looks like it's just going to take you apart bit by bit. So as we've kind of looked at the top here, I'm going to flip this thing around. We're going to look at it from the side. You can see there's even detailing on these interior bits here that you can barely see. And so there's really a lot of attention to detail for that bit. We do have a deflector dish down here. Inside there, it's very small, but you can kind of get a look at it. As we flip this around, there's more paint applications. A lot of different colors that are on here too, beyond the simple kind of brownish. There's bronze, there's kind of lighter brown, there's this yellow, there's the orange bits, we've got red bits there, and we've got different types of paint for the again for these sort of thruster engines, for the warp engines that are back there. So very cool stuff, and that is just a quick and up close look at it. We'll go ahead and get it on the stand and get that assembled and show you how you can display this thing. So here's the base of the stand. It's got a felt bottom and a hard plastic top. It is weighted. It's a little bit on the heavy side, enough that it will not move around. We're going to slide this in here like so, and we give that a nice little push, and that is going to hold this part in place as well. And then we're just going to simply take the rear of our ship and sort of line it up in between these two kind of exterior pieces right here. We'll just line that up, and this will slot into there, and that's going to hold it. Now this is where the weight of the ship really helps it stay on the base, and that most of the weight is back here towards the center of gravity of the ship, whereas these parts that kind of stick out forward have less mass to them and aren't going to pull the ship off the stand. So it's going to stay on here just perfectly like so, and kind of at a slightly upward angle, which is going to make this thing display really cool. Looks like it's in motion, and that is another cool thing about these ships. Let's go ahead and compare it to some of the other ships from this series. All right, so here I pulled out all the other ships from this collection from Fanhome, and as you can see, we've got a wide variety, and they all look really cool on their stands. Every ship comes with a stand. And again, you can take them off, you can look at them in detail, you can even fly them around and make your sound effects if you want, and then you can put them back on when you're done. So I love the accessibility of them, how easy they are to take out and fly away. Every stand is a little different too. So if I were to take this guy out, he may not fit quite so well into the the Enterprise or the Enterprise F's stand. It doesn't always go back in perfectly if you try to put it into the wrong ship's stand. So I don't recommend just mixing and matching the stands. And some of them are on the rear as well. Like the Stargazer here has a stand that's a little bit more located towards the rear, where some are a little bit more centrally located, like the Helios here, which is more centrally located. So as you can see, you're getting a lot of different ships. Now they're not exactly in a perfect canonical scale with each other, because I believe this one is for example, much smaller than, or this one would be much smaller than the Enterprise if they were like side by side in real life flying. But they are in a scale where they all kind of take up a certain amount of space. There's a little bit of variance between them. With the Shrike is kind of one of the slightly smaller but denser ships, kind of equivalent to maybe, I think the Farragut's the only one that's a little bit smaller than it. They're all in the same kind of ballpark. Whereas I think the Enterprise is the largest, at least as far as length goes, because of how its longer nacelles and the ship profile there. This one may be the bulkiest and definitely the heaviest due to all of the weight being in the back of the ship. And then, of course, with its 4 extended sections right here, there is a lot of weight to it. So again, very, very cool ship and very cool line of ships. If you want to learn more, I'm going to have a link in the video description below where you can check out the entire series of these ships and set yourself up with a subscription if you're interested in doing that. That is going to do it for today's video. This has been a look at the Shrike from the Star Trek Starships Collection from Star Trek Picard. Big thanks to Fanhome for sending this out, and big thanks to my patrons for help making all of this possible. Thank you so much for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all, and always wash your socks.